with Tim Estes at the Natural Balance Float. And Tim, can you tell us a little bit what's so unique and special about Natural Balance's float this year?
Well, it's a great entertaining float where we're going to have dogs that are going to be skimboarding on the front part of the float, and on the back part we have dogs that are jumping off a dock into a big swimming pool tank of water. Overall, the float's 104 feet long, which is almost twice the length of a normal full-size float. But also it's unique because of all the water involved. We're actually setting a Guinness Book of Records for the heaviest float ever. And we had the California Highway Patrol come out with all the weight pads and put underneath all the points touching the ground, all the wheels. And the weights come in at 84,300 pounds. So
That's amazing.
It's a pretty heavy float.
So what, did it shatter a record, or do you know how close it was to coming over the record?
Well, I was told through the people at Guinness, the Guinness Book of Records said, well, you got to beat at least 50,000 pounds.
So there you go.
I knew alone that I was coming close to that just in the weight of the water, let alone building the whole float. So
right.
We nailed it.
Awesome. So what else you can tell us a little bit about details about the float that's unique? How long is it?
Well, the float is 104 feet long, 18 feet wide, and 26 feet tall. It's got two independent steering systems on the float, so the front third of the float steers separately from the back two-thirds of the float, but they're still fully attached, so it's kind of like a hook and ladder setup. It just allows us to be able to get around the turns that are in the parade. We're also testing our portable heating system so we can warm up the water, so when we put in the water on the float for the parade, we can heat up the water for the dogs because we don't want the dogs to be cold.
Right. And how many dogs are going to be jumping and diving off the boat?
Well, we have 6 dogs at the front part of the boat on their skimboards, and we have 6 other dogs that are doing the actual dock jumping into the pool of water. So it's going to be very entertaining.
Can you tell us a little bit maybe about the floral arrangements and stuff that's being used on the float itself?
Well, on the float itself, Floral Director Vice President Jim Hine, he's done another great job on orchestrating getting this decorated. And to help give the water effect, he's got water waves created with white coconut and white dendrobium orchids, Cattleya orchids. And also along the side of the float, along the pool sides, we're doing a somewhat mosaic type of freeform color wall to help break up all that big height that we have from the swimming pool. And then throughout the floats, we got thousands of roses, orchids, and Gerber daisies. So the float's going to come out really, really nice.
Well, thank you very much and appreciate it. We heard you're a big man behind the design and the building of it, so great job to your team and Natural Balance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.